It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
In the criminal justice system, sexually-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
My name is Lee, and my sister disappeared 19 years ago, and we just found the house on the lake. But it happens to be a house on the creek, and that's why they couldn't find it. But my sister and my mom and I just found it. So, hey guys, my name is Lee, and my sister disappeared 19 years ago. And after all this time, we have updates. Yesterday, we had to come in for a buccal swab, and by we, I mean myself, my other older sister, and my mom. And the point of that is to compare any DNA matches that might be in the system or any that may pop up in the system in the future. Also, they found her car. And they didn't call us. None of us. It was months ago, and he skimmed right over it. And he said they were so busy, they didn't have time to call us. I swear to God. So first and foremost, my family is livid about that. Secondly, we have been looking for a house on the lake for all these years, and it wasn't a house on the lake, it was a house on a creek. But we were kids, so it was big, so we said it was a lake, but it was a big creek, Blues Creek. The police sent search and sonar and everything else at Blues Lake, not Blues Creek. But we found the house, and they're going over there this afternoon, and I'm hoping they will find something that can bring in crime scene, guys. Please keep us in your thoughts. It has been such a long time. She's got kids. Can you imagine how her kids feel? And it's insane. Thanks. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Really. Thank you so much. Hey, my name is Lee, and my sister disappeared 19 years ago, and I'm talking to Dateline NBC today again to hopefully light a fire under the detective's ass, because they don't seem to care one way or the other. They didn't even call and tell us whenever they found the car that disappeared. They were searching the wrong area. I understand that it was a mistake that I could afford because we are civilians, but it's not something that they could have done better. They have dropped the ball on us a million times, and I understand this is a very complex case. It is super complex, and there's so many like little tiny details that I can't talk about. Not that I can't, but there's some things that I really don't want to talk about. There's some things I like to keep private, but sharing her story and get her out there is not something that I want to keep private. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of thinking about it. I'm sick of talking about it. I'm sick of crying about it. We need answers. And 19 years is far too fucking long. So we're going to talk to Dateline again today, and hopefully they will shine a spotlight on Davie County, because it's insane. Like, it's honestly insane, guys. My name is Lee, and my sister Brandy disappeared 19 years ago, and I've been given some updates on it here recently. But I have another update, and this one is the one that pisses me off worst of all. The detective who has been in charge of working on her case has decided that he will not give us any updates anymore. He called my sister, and he said that due to the media attention, he will not give us updates on the case. He, I guess, is upset because I said that he did not give us a call whenever they found her vehicle. So I think he may think that he will be facing scrutiny for that. I mean, isn't that your job? And And forgive me for saying, but I don't think I'm asking too much. Me asking the police to find my sister is not too much. And the fact that I have to go on TikTok to get any answers is unreal. I never mentioned this detective by name ever. So I'm not sure why he's taking this so personal. Like, this is not a vendetta against you. It's the whole department. Her case was mishandled and it's just compromised. We also had a phone interview with Dateline today, me and my nieces, which are her daughters, Ashley and Sky. I will go and tag them on here so you can go and follow them as well. I think the Dateline reporter called and probably ruffled his feathers. Oh well. So, but he is seeing these videos and it's nothing personal. But it is personal. It's personal for me. It's not personal for you. So, I'm sorry if I want answers. Please forgive me. No way. No way. Why would I have to apologize for trying to get attention for my sister's case? Why is that a bad thing? What's going on? Like, why are you so reluctant? Anyways, I'll keep everybody, posted as we go along, because I'm not going to stop. I'm not. Hey guys, my name is Lee and my sister disappeared 19 years ago. I'm just going to kind of answer some questions and kind of go over the timeline with you, so we can get those questions answered. So before I start, I would like you guys to go follow my nieces Ashley and Sky. They have a lot to do with this and they need a lot of support too. They're her daughters, so please go support them as well. Timeline. So I'd say this would be the end of 2005, beginning of 2006. We're having like some financial issues with my mom and we don't have anywhere to live, essentially. My sister found out, Brandy found out, and she was living in Winston-Salem at the time with her fiance. I'm not gonna say his name. She and her fiance drove to where I live and picked us up and then drove us back to Winston-Salem, which is where we lived for, I'd say, a few months. No like significant amount of time, less than 6 months. So, you know, as family usually does cause issues living together sometimes, I guess there was some harboring resentment and a lot of control issues going on with my sister Brandy and the fiance. And to keep things on the not so personal side, it just got volatile, and my sister and my mom, they had to separate. My mom decided to drive to Shelby for some reason, which was my hometown where we lived before we were picked up by my sister. And my sister then decided she was leaving the house, and we were currently there with her. So she said she wants to leave and she has found a place for us to live, and without my mom's permission, she took us. I was 10 years old. I'm not sure the reasoning behind this, but that's just what happened. And this is where the lake house, the creek house, comes into place. My mom's trying to get her P's and Q's together and figure out how to figure out where to come and get us, because my mom had never been to the house before, so she did not know where we were. And a few days go by and we're still living there, and then during this time we're introduced to a man who went by the name of Deacon. That's where all that came from in the video prior. Apparently Deacon was the man who owned these properties that my sister
had left her fiance for and was staying in these properties. He owned these. I don't know him. I'm not sure how she knew him. I just know she was staying at his property with us. And then here comes the social services part. My dad finds out what's going on, which is crazy because he never gave a shit anyways. But he found out what was going on and called CPS, and they instructed my dad to come and get us. They did not physically go to the lake house themselves. So after what was a small amount of time, my other sister, her name is Staley, my other sister and my dad came and picked us up from this location, this lake house that we were staying at. So fast forward a little bit, we're back in Shelby living with my dad, and my sister shows up, Brandy shows up to visit. It's really blurry as far as like memory goes and what we talked about. I just know that she spent the night with us that night, and the next morning she got up with me to go to school, and we were waiting in her Buick, in her car that they found. We were waiting in the car for the bus, and that was the last time I ever saw my sister. That was my experience. That's why there was so much emotion the other day when I posted the house on the lake when we had found it, because it had been a mystery all this time. We almost thought that it didn't exist, like we were crazy, we were like false memories, pretty much. That's what we were thinking. But it was very true, and we found the house. We found the house because somebody on TikTok sent me the real address. I have no idea how they found it, but they did. And in 2023, I called the detective and told him what the address was. He said he wrote it down, but they never followed up. Never. Which is why we were the ones that found it. Now, another question people have is, she went missing in 2006, but she wasn't called in missing until 2010. It's not a good reason, but there is an explanation. So because there was a bit of strife going on between my mom and sister during this point, they weren't speaking. And the women in my family, they hold grudges real bad. Their daughters, wives, sisters, it doesn't matter. Like, we hold some grudges in my family, and it's really sad and it sucks, but that's the reality of it. And I was a child, so there was nothing that I could do. That's one thing that people need to understand, is I was a child, and so was my sister, and we are here doing what my family did not do. I've seen some criticisms on that, but like I said, I was a child, and I'm here now doing the things that they did not do. Now, her daughters, I'm sure they have completely different experiences the last time they saw her. So I'm going to tag them below. So if they want to share their stories with y'all, great. Please go follow them and give them as much support as you guys have given me. They deserve it. They deserve their mom. Their kids deserve their grandma. And I never thought that I would be having to fight the people that's supposed to help us. So we got to get it done, and I'm not going to stop. So if you have any questions, you can just let me know.
My name is Lee, and my sister disappeared 19 years ago, and ever since 2022 I have come on TikTok to try and raise some awareness for my sister. Her name was Brandy, and she just disappeared in 2006. There have been a few updates which you would be able to see on my page if you would be so inclined to click. But I also recently found this, so if you guys will go and have a look at this, it's a podcast and it's on YouTube, and the sweet lady is also on TikTok, So if you guys will go and check out her podcast, and it can kind of maybe answer a few questions for you guys. She's very articulate, and not necessarily always the most articulate. And plus, with it happening 20 years ago almost, I do my best to remember things, but we're not perfect. So we're doing the best that we can, and we're trying to give updates as much as we can, whatever we can. With it being an active investigation, we don't want to spoil anything. So, thank you guys so much. And if you go watch this, I'll tag her down below. And then you can go watch this on her YouTube channel. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, NBC News says Davie County Sheriff's Office investigating disappearance of Mossville, North Carolina woman Brandy Hope Knipe. The 29-year-old was last known to be alive in May 2006. Parts of her car, which had also been missing, were recently located at a Opulence in North Carolina. In less than 2 months, it will be 19 years since Brandy Hope Knipe was last known to be alive. It was May of 2006. The 29-year-old was believed to be living in Mossville, North Carolina. Her family has been desperately searching for her and answers all these years. Brandy's youngest sister, Leigh Scogan, spoke with Dateline in 2002. We featured Brandy's disappearance in our Cold Case Spotlight series. She was a free spirit, Leigh said. It would be sometimes a month or so without contact with her when we were younger. But this time, something was different. A month or so turned into years with no word from Brandy. She had never gone that long. Leigh, who was around 10 or 11 years old at the time, the family knew Brandy would bounce around from place to place and go without communicating sometimes. But when she didn't show up to a funeral they believed she would never have missed, they decided they needed to report her missing. That was April 2010. The Davie County Sheriff's Office, the Davie butterfly in the sky, I could go twice as high. The Davie County Sheriff's Office is handling the investigation. Captain DJ Smith told Dateline in 2022 that through their investigation, officials were able to determine that the date of the incident was May the 6th, 2006. That's when the last time someone had seen her, he said. One of Brandy's two daughters, Autumn Sky McClooney Underwood, told Dateline in 2022 that she struggles to remember the last time she saw her mother. I don't remember exactly the day because I was so young. Sky said she was only 6 years old at the time. She does remember always keeping an eye out for her mother's car after she vanished. I remember just like looking for her car in the parking lot, like when we would go to Walmart or something, like I would look for her car to see if I could find her. Sky never spotted her mother's car. It had also been missing for the last 19 years. However, the family recently learned that parts of Brandy's car had been located. That's something that they've been looking for a while. That's crazy. Like 19 years and the parts, like it should have been in a junkyard at this point, but Captain Smith confirmed the parts of her car had been found. It was determined that the car was taken to Opulence. He said the 109 Opulence, where the parts were located, in Winston-Salem, about half an hour east of Mossville. There wasn't anything remarkable about the car, Smith said, so it's not like we had a car with a crime scene. It's unclear exactly when the parts of the car were found, but Brandy's sister Leigh told Dateline she learned about the development in late February when she and a few other family members went to the Davie County Sheriff's Office to provide family DNA to be recorded. Captain Smith confirmed DNA samples were taken from their records. We just wanted to make sure that we had a copy of their DNA, he said. I wanted an additional copy for our use here to be held in evidence in case down the road there was something to directly compare it to. Another recent development is that Lay believes they finally located the property where she last saw her older sister. It was one of the last places that I knew where she was, she said. Lay told Dateline she had gone with the police to search around the lake in Bellows Creek area on the northeast side of Winston-Salem in 2022. But they could not find the house. The lake and the creek have the same name, Lay said. Where we so we were searching the lake this entire time when we need to be searching the creek. Once they searched the creek area, they came across a property Lay says is the house she remembers. It was just absolutely spot on from memory, she said. We were searching up by the lake, but it was on a small creek, miles and miles and miles away from where we were initially looking at, Captain Smith told Dateline. This was the correct house, but it was not where she disappeared from, the captain said. It was just one of the last locations where Lay saw Brandy. We've been to the house. We found the current owner and the past owner. All of that has been followed up on. Smith says everyone they've interviewed connected to the property was cooperative and there was no evidence of a crime occurring there. I mean, how do you know 20 years ago? Smith said those interviews did provide the department with other people to follow up with, and they are currently working to find those people. One person in particular is a man called Eric. We're trying to focus on finding Eric, he said. Officials believe Brandy may have met this man at a bar in Winston-Salem. They also know the man was driving a red pickup. I know she was with him at one point, Smith said. He stressed that Eric is not a person of interest and that there is nothing to say that he had anything to do with her disappearance. They are just trying to trace Brandy's movements in the days before she vanished. We're trying to find the last person she was with, Smith said. While these recent developments haven't brought the family answers yet, they remain hopeful. This is the only lead we have had in ever, Lay said. Over the past few years, Lay has used her TikTok account to advocate for Brandy. We're just trying to establish her timeline, and that's why the house was so important, because it was one of the last places I saw her. What it do, everyday people? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video, back in the confessional, and yes, we staying lit, big dog. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day, man. We got the 100K giveaway coming up this Saturday, man. Make sure y'all tune in live. In the evening time when y'all black asses should be in bed, because I know all y'all old folks will not be out partying, okay? Trust me, I know y'all. But let's get into it. So please, go check out that video on YouTube where the lady is talking about the disappearance. Those are always an interesting story, disappearances and stuff. I watched this. I was just talking to a really nice friend the other day about podcasts and stuff, because those horror story podcasts and true crime podcasts and stuff like that, oh man, they the best. But the stuff that they go through is so crazy. I remember the girl with the Munchausen syndrome, where the mom gives the daughter, the girl, Gypsy Rose. I first heard about Gypsy Rose on Sword Scale. I heard about this thing where President Bush was allegedly involved in some thing, they called it the White House, where rich white men would grape young boys. A lot of crazy stuff, man. Check out Sword Scale, man. Yeah, let me know what y'all think about this, and I'll try to keep you posted on any updates, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'll let you later. Peace.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as fast as 1 week.